When she started to take off his clothes and saw the gun he has in his holster, because he is a police officer, he did have some line about how he's packing. He's packing heat. Good evening or afternoon, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers. Here to talk about today's Wednesday, January 14th episode. And after my complaining yesterday, finally today, we had what is the just second episode over the past nearly 3 weeks that didn't revolve around the cancer storyline. We actually had a few different things going on today, even though that does loom large. Let's talk about it. Dani started the episode with a dream. I was kind of hoping it wasn't a dream, even though Hayley was being quite harsh in the daydream that Dani was having, that Hayley walked in on Dani, telling Dani she knows about Anita's cancer, that she knows Dani has the gene, telling Dani it's only a matter of time before it hits her too. She's going to go from the hospital to the funeral home. But it was just a dream of Hayley being harsh to Dani. Sometimes I wish they would ramp Hayley up a notch into a total bitch. Honestly, the show is missing a total bitch. I guess some could say Leslie is that, but Leslie's just a narcissistic asshole, but not like a total diva bitch that we've had on soap operas in the past. Anyway, her daydream was of Hayley, but it was really her friend Pamela, who we haven't seen in a while. Honestly, I zoned out during their scenes, mostly because I can't stand the 1940s accent that Pamela talks in. I know she's Katie McLean. I know she's been on other soap operas, but this character is a miss for me, and she's not on enough anyway. Anyway, Pamela gave her a good talking about if Bill needs to be there for Dani, it's okay, which kind of played into later. Bill was with Hayley today and her tea. We got to the part from last week's preview when Bill told Hayley, I don't want any more of your poison. He was just joking, like I suspected. She told him to stop using the word poison because someone might think there's something really up between them or there's something really wrong between them. He ended up drinking more tea, but as we know, that storyline is moving so slowly. I would love for this poison tea to start having some kind of effect. We saw Bill pass out at some point, but nothing since. And I'm hoping maybe that story will finally pick up for February sweeps, but at the rate it's going, it might take until May sweeps for that storyline to pick up. We'll get back to Bill and Hayley. Leslie met with Joey today after she summoned Joey. Joey was not up for a meeting today. He told Leslie that their business has concluded. They've already talked about the free clinic. He says there's no further meetings required. She thinks this is more of a start of a fruitful relationship between her and Joey. Leslie clearly thinks she and Joey are going to do more business over time. They then discuss Vanessa, where Leslie called Vanessa the Bonnie to his Clyde. Joey said he's had people killed for comments like that, but then said, just kidding, I've had people killed for other things. So Joey was kind of threatening Leslie today before leaving in a huff. So on one hand, Joey was trying to intimidate Leslie today. On the other hand, Leslie did push a few of Joey's buttons. The story that they're building here, because Joey then went to go see Bill. I thought they would be talking politics again, but maybe Bill running for office isn't going to become a thing, at least not yet. But Joey ended up interrupting Bill and Hayley today to discuss legal things with Bill. I think in regards to this free clinic and in regards to Leslie, because Joey needed legal advice. Joey wants the clinic to be in the name of Doug. He's trying to do this for Vanessa. Joey's doing all this to win brownie points with Vanessa for some reason. But obviously Leslie, being the narcissist that she is, she's stolen this idea from Samantha, and she wants the free clinic to be in her name. Bill tried to warn Joey today that Leslie is dangerous and that she's relentless. Joey seems to think he can handle Leslie. Joey did say that Leslie is either brave or psychotic, and Leslie does lean more towards psychotic and narcissistic. But yeah, Joey is hoping that the free clinic will be in Doug's name. Joey later did meet up with Vanessa to tell her the good news that the free clinic will be in Doug's name, even though that's not exactly completely true yet, as that's not what Leslie wants. So I guess that's what Leslie and Joey are going to be feuding over for the time being. Vanessa was happy to hear that news and said that her children will be happy to hear that as too. I'm hoping, I've heard the rumors that we're going to see Vanessa's daughter at some point. I'm hoping that if that is true, that Vanessa's daughter can breathe a new life, not only into the Vanessa character, which needs it very badly, but just the Vanessa and Joey storyline in general. They need something to kind of be a foil for, if not them together, then for them as these, Joey as Grandpa Gangsta and Vanessa as the Madame. So we'll see if Vanessa's daughter can bring a little more interest in those two. Now, Marcel ended up running into Leslie after Leslie and Joey's meeting, and they immediately, of course, started flirting in public, doing some heavy flirting, which led them to have some heavy kissing in public. As much as I've had a couple comments about how they don't want to see Marcel and Leslie having sex, I will say this, though. Even though the actor that plays Marcel isn't the strongest, in my opinion, I do at least believe their sexual attraction to each other. Unlike yesterday with Ashley and Grayson, because even though Grayson was giving sexually attracted to Ashley, Ashley was a wet blanket, like I said yesterday. Marcel and Leslie do have that sexual chemistry, whether you want to see them together or not. Well, they did make plans to go back to Leslie's hotel room and get even kinkier when she started to take off his clothes and saw the gun he has in his holster, because he is a police officer. He did have some line about how he's packing heat. She pulled out his gun, and he learned that she knows her way with a firearm. Maybe they are alluding to, Leslie having a gun where Joey is concerned. I don't know how much they're going to build up this villainy rivalry between Joey and Leslie. But I'm here for it if they build it up well and we could get some drama out of this show's two villains. As for Hayley, she did text Naomi today. She tried to text Naomi a good message, wishing things were different between them. Kind of like a nod to what Naomi's going through with the cancer in her family and having to get a gene test. But while Hayley was away doing that, Dani visited Bill in his office. And Dani was very thankful for Bill today, thanking him for not being a jerk lately, thanking him for being there for her and the girls. Bill said there's nothing he wouldn't do for her or Chelsea or Naomi, and they had quite a big embrace at the end of the episode. Bill and Dani continue to find their way back to each other, even if they do have this toxic past, and even if this pull is toxic. Hayley ended up seeing them together, and Hayley interrupted and said, "Would you mind taking your hands off my husband?" So I don't know if we're going to have a fiery scene with Hayley and Dani tomorrow. I do want to see Hayley be more fiery, but also I just want the Hayley storyline to move along. Also, where's Lynette? All of us were happy to see this new Lynette character. We haven't seen her since. She was very interesting. Obviously, the same goes for Kyle, but Lynette in this storyline would be nice more. As for Dani and Bill, I know a few days ago or last week, whenever it was, a lot of you commented on if Dani keeps running to Bill and something happens between Dani and Andre's marriage, well, then Dani will be pretty big to blame. And I agree, Dani just can't shake that pull Bill has on her. And yeah, I get it. This is another incident where it involves their children, much like when Chelsea was kidnapped. That brought them closer together. Now they're worried about Chelsea and Naomi's gene test, so that's going to bring them closer together. I mean, I'm here for it. I do like the Bill, Dani, Andre love triangle with Hayley's con woman ass thrown in. The only other thing on today was Nicole hungover from all her drinking in yesterday's episode, and Vanessa being there for her. Vanessa was, giving Nicole a talk about how Nicole is equipped to help her family through all of this. I mean, it is Nicole's job after all. Nicole then also gave Vanessa crap about Joey again and how women choose dangerous men for security and protection. I'm glad that Nicole at least keeps giving Vanessa shit about this coupling with Joey. Someone should. But in the end, Nicole is like agreeing to go on a double date with Vanessa and Joey. And that date is with Carlton, of all people. She did end up running into Carlton at the end of the episode. I immediately yawned as soon as I saw Carlton. Someone in the comments yesterday said Carlton is more boring than Ashley. And sadly, it's true. So yeah, Nicole invited Carlton on a double date with Vanessa and Joey. I'm not looking forward to those scenes if we see them. If anything needs to take place off screen, all this shit that's been taking place off screen with the writing over the past few months, this Nicole and Carlton and Joey and Vanessa double date needs to take place off screen because I don't want to see it on my screen. But overall today, I'm glad we got mostly away from the cancer today for once. And because of that, it ended up being one of my favorite episodes over the past couple months. I'm glad to see other storylines, I think, mostly. And I don't know if they necessarily moved too much, but we built up the Joey and Leslie tension more. And I do like Leslie and Marcel together. And obviously, Dani and Bill's scenes are usually pretty good. And we're going to see how Hayley gets involved in that. So more good than bad came out of today's episode.